Every single day you get 24 hours. No more, no less. The real difference between people who succeed and people who don't is how they use those hours. Think about it. Are you making the most of every minute, or are you letting time slip away without even noticing? Successful people don't have more time than you. They just think differently about how they spend it. They're intentional. They wake up earlier, move their bodies, focus deeply, and invest in learning when most people are wasting time. What if you could train yourself to use your day with that same intensity and discipline? What if you stopped letting distractions steal your energy and started controlling your schedule like your future depends on it? Because it does. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the most disciplined and successful people use their 24 hours and how you can start doing the same. Stay with me. Number 1, own your morning by starting with a clear goal. Every day is a new chance, a new opportunity, a new beginning. But it all starts with how you decide to meet it. The morning is not just another part of the day. It is the starting point of everything. If you lose your morning, you lose control of your whole day. If you own your morning, you own your future. This is the truth that separates those who grow from those who stay stuck. Successful people understand this. They don't drift into their morning. They step into it with full awareness, with full intention, with a plan already in mind. The first thing successful people do when they wake up is they connect back to their reason for living. They don't roll out of bed without a purpose. They don't stumble into the kitchen without knowing why they are getting up. They start their day by anchoring their mind on a clear goal, a real goal, a goal that moves them emotionally, a goal that gives them energy, a goal that pulls them forward when nothing else does. The reason so many people feel lost is because they are waking up every day without any sense of mission. They open their eyes and already feel behind, already tired, already worried. They let the world push them around because they didn't decide where they wanted to go. Successful people beat this from the very first minute. They don't hope their day will go well. They decide it will. And the way they decide is by setting a clear goal before anything else happens. A goal in the morning is not just about having something written down. It's about feeling it, seeing it, smelling it, touching it in your mind. It has to feel so real that you can almost reach out and grab it. When you start your morning with that kind of clarity, you are dangerous. You are focused. You are alive. You are not sitting around waiting for permission. You are giving yourself permission to go after the life you want. You cannot leave this part to chance. You cannot leave it to how you feel. You cannot leave it to the alarm clock, or the weather, or your phone. You must be the one who decides. Before you even step out of bed, ask yourself one question. What is my goal for today? Not 10 goals, not 5 goals. One clear goal. One thing you must move forward today no matter what. One thing you must fight for today with all your energy. That is how you own your morning. Now here's what most people do. They wake up and they start reacting. They check messages. They scroll. They look at news. They worry about the day before they even get dressed. They open their minds to every distraction and wonder why they feel tired before the day even begins. This is not how success is built. Success is built by guarding your mind first thing, by protecting your thoughts, by deciding your focus. When you start your morning with a clear goal, you set your mind on offense instead of defense. You are not responding. You are leading. You are not waiting to see what happens. You are making things happen. This small decision made every morning will change the direction of your life over time. It's not the big things that create success. It's the little things repeated every day without fail. Imagine this: 2 people wake up. One has a clear goal. The other has none. One gets moving. The other wanders around. One takes action. The other hesitates. By noon, the gap between them has already opened wide. By the end of the day, it's even wider. By the end of a year, they are living in completely different worlds. One has momentum. The other has regret. And the only difference started with the first moments of the morning. You don't have to be perfect to succeed. You don't have to have everything figured out. But you must have a reason strong enough to pull you through. Your goal doesn't have to be world-changing at first. It just has to be real. It just has to matter to you. It can be simple. It can be private. But it must be clear. If you do not know what you want by the time you are brushing your teeth, you are already giving your power away. Your mind needs direction. Your heart needs a reason. Your body needs a mission. Give it one. Every single morning. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Visualize it. Feel it. This is not a game. This is your life. This is the one shot you get. Don't waste it wandering through the morning. Half awake, half lost, half alive. Wake up with fire. Wake up with urgency. Wake up like someone whose time is running out. Because it is. You will never get today back. You will never get this morning again. If you waste it, it's gone forever. If you use it, it builds into something bigger. The choice is always yours. You can stay comfortable or you can stay committed. You cannot have both. Successful people choose commitment. They choose it while the rest of the world is still sleeping. They choose it when no one is watching. They choose it when it's not easy. And here's something else you need to hear. Success is not about how early you wake up. It's about what you do with the time you have. Some people wake up early and waste the whole day. Some people wake up later but hit the ground running with a clear mind and a clear mission. The key is not the clock. The key is your clarity. You must be clear. You must be strong. You must be intentional. Start your morning like a champion. Not by luck, not by chance, by decision. Plant your feet on the ground and say to yourself, I know where I am going today. I know what matters most today. I know what I must fight for today. This mindset will lift you out of mediocrity. This mindset will separate you from the average. This mindset will build your life into something worth living. You deserve to live fully. You deserve to win, but you must pay the price. And the price begins with the first minutes of your day. The price begins with your decision to be clear instead of confused, focused instead of distracted, determined instead of drifting. You don't need permission to start. You don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You need a goal so clear, it burns in your mind like a fire that refuses to go out. When you have that kind of goal, you stop making excuses. You stop blaming the world. You stop waiting for someone else to fix your life. You realize you have everything you need to take the first step. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, this morning. Right now, the world will always try to pull you away from your mission. There will always be distractions. There will always be noise. That is why you must win the morning. Because if you lose it, you will spend the rest of the day trying to catch up. And that feeling of being behind will drain you. It will steal your energy. It will cloud your mind. It will rob you of your power. Successful people don't live that way. They don't surrender their power to chance. They claim it by owning their morning. They create momentum before the world even wakes up. They set the tone. They build energy. They build clarity. They build strength. And by the time everyone else is still trying to figure out what's going on, successful people have already won half the day. This is not a small thing. It's everything. If you change your morning, you change your life. If you own your morning, you own your future. This is not theory. This is real. This is what separates those who succeed from those who only wish they could. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, don't rush. Don't scroll. Don't drift. Stop. Think. Breathe. Ask yourself, what is my mission today? What must I accomplish no matter what? What must I move forward, even if everything else falls apart? Then lock onto that goal with everything you have. Make it real in your mind. Make it urgent in your heart. Make it powerful in your spirit. Then move. Get up with energy. Walk with purpose. Act with conviction. Do not wait for motivation to find you. Create it by deciding clearly who you are and what you are about today. Every morning you do this. You build another brick in the foundation of your future. Every morning you do this. You get stronger. You get clearer. You get better. And over time, you will not even recognize yourself. You will look back and see the distance you traveled. You will see the obstacles you overcame. You will see the life you built out of simple, clear, focused mornings. And you will know it wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It wasn't a secret. It was the decision you made every single morning to own your day before the world had a chance to take it from you. Success is not complicated. It is simple decisions made over and over again, with discipline and with heart. And it all starts in the morning. It all starts with you. It all starts now. Number 2, attack your biggest task first, without any excuses. One of the most important habits successful people master is simple, but not easy. They attack their biggest task first, not after they feel ready, not after they warm up, not after they check messages. They take on the hardest, most important thing right away, while their mind is fresh and their energy is high. They do not waste time arguing with themselves. They do not sit around hoping the task will feel easier later. They know it never will. The truth is, the longer you wait to start something important, the heavier it feels. It does not get lighter with time. It grows heavier. It grows more stressful. It grows more painful. You start imagining all kinds of fears and problems that do not even exist. Successful people know this. That is why they move fast. They pick the hardest job and they go after it immediately before their mind has time to invent doubts. Most people look for a way to escape their big tasks. They invent reasons. They tell themselves they are not ready yet. They convince themselves they need more information. They waste hours preparing to prepare instead of doing the work. Successful people understand preparation is important, but execution is more important. They get moving. They trust that they will figure things out as they go. They respect time too much to waste it in delay. When you hit your biggest task first, you create momentum. You start your day strong. You build a sense of victory early. That feeling spills into everything else you do. It raises your confidence. It sharpens your focus. You do not carry the weight of procrastination around all day. You feel lighter. You feel clearer. You walk faster. You speak with more conviction. All because you tackled the hardest thing when most people were still trying to find their coffee. Your biggest task is not just another thing on a list. It is the thing that moves your life forward. It is the thing that challenges your fears. It is the thing that requires the most of you. If you win that battle early, the smaller things seem easy. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop feeling overwhelmed. You start realizing you are stronger than you thought. But it does require discipline. You have to be willing to face the discomfort head-on. You have to be willing to step into the hard things without 1,000 pep talks. You have to build a relationship with discomfort instead of running from it. The people who succeed at the highest levels are not the ones who avoid pain. They are the ones who lean into it with courage. Excuses are the enemy of action. Every time you make an excuse, you rob yourself of strength. You teach your mind that comfort is more important than progress. You weaken your ability to trust yourself. Every time you push through without an excuse, you gain power. You prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are trustworthy, that you can be counted on. There is always a reason to delay. There is always a reason to wait. If you look for one, you will find it. But successful people do not look for reasons to delay. They look for reasons to begin. They train their mind to find the opening instead of the obstacle. They train their emotions to act based on commitment, not comfort. Think about it. If you build the habit of attacking your biggest task first every day, how would your life change in a year? How many goals would you finally finish? How many fears would you overcome? How much stronger would your mind become? How much trust would you build in yourself? You would not even recognize the person you would become. Starting with the big task rewires your brain. It rewires your emotions. It teaches you that you are the kind of person who does not back down. It changes the way you see yourself. You no longer see yourself as someone who needs pushing. You see yourself as someone who pushes themselves. Success is not built on random motivation. It is built on habits like this one. Habits that hurt a little in the moment, but reward you forever. Habits that demand strength at the front end, but pay you back with peace at the end. Habits that force you to grow into a stronger version of yourself. You have to ask yourself an honest question every morning. What is the one thing I am most tempted to avoid today? That is usually the thing you must do first. The thing you feel fear around. The thing you feel hesitation about. The thing you secretly hope you can ignore. That is the very thing you must face while the day is young. Fear does not disappear by waiting. Fear disappears by doing. Resistance does not fade away on its own. Resistance is defeated by action. Confidence is not something you think your way into. Confidence is something you earn by stepping into the things that scare you and doing them anyway. Every morning gives you a fresh chance, a fresh choice. To face what matters most, or to hide from it. To get stronger, or to stay the same. To build momentum, or to lose another day. One choice may seem small in the moment, but over time it will define everything about your future. If you own your first big task, you own the spirit of your day. You are telling yourself and the world that you mean business. You are sending a message that you are not here to play small. You are here to make real progress. You are here to lead your own life, instead of being pushed around by fear and laziness. There will be days when you do not feel like it. Days when your body is tired. Days when your mind is heavy. Those are the most important days to stick to this habit. Anybody can act when they feel good. Success belongs to those who act even when they don't feel ready. Every time you attack your biggest task without excuse, you are separating yourself from the crowd. You are proving that you have the strength to lead yourself. You do not need anyone's permission to get started. You do not need to feel perfectly prepared. You need to begin. You need to move your hands. You need to take one step toward the task and trust that the energy will follow. Action creates energy. Action creates confidence. Action breaks the chains of hesitation. You were not designed to live a life of excuses. You were designed to create, to build, to stretch your limits, to push your potential. It all starts by doing what needs to be done instead of what feels comfortable. It all starts by attacking your biggest task, like your future depends on it, because it does. The rewards of living this way are not small. You will notice your self-respect rising. You will notice your results improving. You will notice your peace growing. You will stop feeling like you are always behind. You will stop feeling like life is happening to you. You will feel yourself taking charge. This is not something anyone can do for you. It is a decision you must make for yourself every day. It is a battle you must fight when the alarm rings and your mind says to delay. It is a test you must pass before anyone else sees a thing. The real work happens in those small moments when no one is looking. Attack your biggest task first, without excuse, without delay, without negotiation. Build that habit until it becomes part of your identity. Until it becomes automatic. Until you are no longer someone who hopes to succeed, but someone who expects to succeed because of the way you live your life. Every morning gives you a new chance to be a champion. Take it, own it, start strong, finish stronger. Make your life a masterpiece by winning the small battles no one else is willing to fight. Number 3. Schedule your entire day with ruthless discipline. The secret that separates those who move mountains from those who barely move at all is simple. They schedule every hour of their day with ruthless discipline. They do not drift through their hours. They do not let the day pull them wherever it wants. They decide in advance what matters most, and they lock it into their calendar without apology. Discipline is not something you turn on when you feel like it. It is a way of living that you must build with intention. If you leave your day open, life will flood it with distractions. Other people's emergencies will steal your time. Random temptations will eat away at your energy. Before you know it, the day will be gone, and you will wonder where it went. Successful people do not allow that. They own their time before someone else does. When you schedule your entire day, you are telling yourself that your life matters. You are treating your time like it is valuable. You are sending a message to your mind that goals are not optional. They are serious. They deserve a real place in your daily life, not just a wish list floating around in your head. You must start by planning your day the night before. Sit down with a piece of paper or a simple calendar and write it out. Do not trust your memory. Do not assume you will figure it out tomorrow. Plan it before the chaos of the day can get to you. Carve out time blocks for your most important work. First, protect them like they are the most valuable appointments you have, because they are. Every hour must have a name. Every block of time must have a purpose. If you are going to exercise, schedule it. If you are going to study, schedule it. If you are going to build your business, schedule it. If you are going to spend time with family, schedule it. If you need recovery time, schedule that, too. The goal is not to suffocate yourself. The goal is to live intentionally so that nothing important gets left behind. Without ruthless discipline, it is easy to lie to yourself. It is easy to say you are busy when you are just being pulled around. It is easy to say you are working hard when you are really just reacting to whatever shows up. Successful people understand that true productivity is not about how busy you look. It is about how well you stick to what truly matters. You must be honest with yourself about how much time you waste. Be honest about the scrolling. Be honest about the unnecessary conversations. Be honest about the mindless drifting. Once you see where the leaks are, you can patch them. You can tighten up your schedule so that every minute is used with purpose. This kind of discipline will feel uncomfortable at first. Your mind will resist it. Your emotions will crave the old easy patterns. But you have to push through that resistance. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard. You have to remind yourself why you started in the first place. Every disciplined day is a building block for the life you say you want. The world does not reward wishes. It rewards discipline. It rewards those who put structure around their dreams. It rewards those who back up their words with a plan and follow that plan without needing constant motivation. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. It is not built in grand gestures. It is built in the small, invisible decisions you make every single day. When you schedule your day, you reduce stress. You eliminate decision fatigue. You stop spending mental energy asking yourself what to do next. You simply execute. You move from one block to the next, like a machine with a mission. You feel a sense of control. You stop feeling like life is random. You start feeling like you are the driver. Ruthless discipline does not mean you never rest. It means you rest by design, not by accident. It means you choose when to recharge instead of collapsing from exhaustion. It means you protect your mind and body so you can perform at your best when it matters. There will be times when life throws a curveball. There will be emergencies and unexpected events. Discipline does not mean you are rigid like stone. It means you are strong like a tree that can bend without breaking. If something truly important disrupts your plan, you adjust. You rework the schedule without losing the principle. You stay committed to the structure even when you have to reshape it. Do not confuse being busy with being effective. A packed schedule full of distractions is no better than no schedule at all. You must be ruthless about what makes it into your calendar. Say no to things that do not move you closer to your purpose. Say no to meetings that have no clear goal. Say no to anything that steals your time without giving you growth in return. Every time you follow your schedule, you are strengthening your character. You are proving to yourself that you are not ruled by emotion or distraction. You are ruled by vision and commitment. That kind of strength shows up in everything you do. It shows up in the way you speak. It shows up in the way you carry yourself. It shows up in the way others respect you. A disciplined schedule teaches you to value time differently. You stop seeing an hour as something you can waste. You start seeing it as a weapon you can wield. You realize that with enough focused hours, you can learn anything. You can build anything. You can transform yourself in ways most people only dream about. Your life is not shaped by what you say you want. It is shaped by what you make time for every day. It is shaped by the priorities you lock into your calendar. It is shaped by the small choices you repeat until they become who you are. Discipline your schedule and you discipline your mind. Discipline your mind and you open the door to every level of success you could ever imagine. It is not about being perfect. It is about being committed. It is about getting better every day. One scheduled hour at a time. You do not have to be extraordinary to master this. You have to be willing. Willing to plan when it feels boring. Willing to follow through when it feels hard. Willing to live with more structure than most people can handle. Willing to stay loyal to your goals when the world around you is busy chasing distractions. Start where you are. Take control of tomorrow today. Before you sleep, take out a sheet of paper. Write down your priorities. Block out your time with discipline. Then when the sun rises, get up and live by that plan with everything you have. Make adjustments when needed, but never give up the principle of owning your day. The power of a disciplined life is not loud. It is quiet. It builds in the background. It compounds over weeks and months until one day you look around and realize you are living a life very few people will ever taste. Not because you got lucky, but because you scheduled your life with ruthless, unapologetic discipline. Number 4, protect your focus by turning off all distractions. Focus is a precious resource that cannot be shared if you want to build something meaningful. You cannot split it between endless notifications, constant noise, and random temptations, and expect to create great results. Successful people understand that if they want to protect their progress, they must first protect their attention. They treat focus like gold, not like something they can afford to waste. The first step is to be brutally honest about what is stealing your focus. It might be your phone buzzing every few minutes. It might be unnecessary tabs open on your computer. It might be conversations that pull you away from what matters. Every distraction is a small thief that robs you of your potential without you even noticing. You must wake up to this if you are serious about getting ahead. Turning off distractions is not a casual suggestion. It is a requirement if you want to operate at a high level. You cannot stay sharp when your mind is being pulled in 100 directions. You must create an environment where focus is the default, not the exception. This means taking active steps to eliminate what does not serve you. Silence the unnecessary. Put your phone out of reach. Close the apps you do not need. Set clear rules for when you are available and when you are not. You do not owe anyone constant access to your mind. You do not have to answer every message the moment it arrives. You are allowed to protect your mental space without feeling guilty. Your goals deserve your full attention. Your dreams deserve your best focus, not what is left over after everyone else has had their share. When you turn off distractions, you give yourself the gift of being fully present. You notice the details you used to miss. You enter a deeper level of thinking. You move faster because you are not constantly starting and stopping. You feel the power of sustained effort, and it transforms the quality of your work. Most people never experience this because they are addicted to the noise. They feel anxious when things get quiet. They are used to the constant stimulation. Breaking that habit takes effort. It takes courage to sit in the silence and focus deeply on one thing at a time. But that is where true progress lives. There is nothing glamorous about turning off your phone. There is nothing flashy about closing the extra tabs. There is nothing exciting about setting clear boundaries for your time. But these simple actions separate the ones who make real moves from the ones who just talk about it. It is easy to be busy. It is harder to be focused. Every time you protect your focus, you are making an investment in your future. You are planting seeds that will grow into skills, achievements, and opportunities. Every distraction you eliminate gives you back a piece of your life. Every moment you stay locked into your work builds a layer of strength that will serve you in ways you cannot even see yet. Discipline with your focus does not happen by accident. It happens by design. You must decide what your priority is before the world decides for you. You must commit to protecting it, even when it is inconvenient, even when it feels boring, even when everyone else around you is lost in the noise. It will not feel easy at first. Your mind will crave the quick hits of distraction. You will feel the itch to check your phone. You will feel the pull to open another window, but you must resist. You must train yourself to stay with the task at hand. You must teach your mind that focus is more rewarding than distraction. One of the best ways to protect your focus is to create clear time blocks. Set a timer. During that block, everything else is off limits. No checking messages, no scrolling, no wandering, just you and the work that matters. When the timer ends, you can take a break. But until then, you owe it to yourself to be fully locked in. Another powerful strategy is to design your environment for focus. Remove the temptations before they can pull you away. Turn off notifications. Set your phone to airplane mode. Work in a space that is clean and free of clutter. If you share space with others, communicate your boundaries clearly and respectfully. You are not being rude. You are being serious about your future. You must also be mindful of what you consume. Your focus is not just stolen by devices. It is also shaped by the information you allow into your mind. Choose carefully what you watch, what you read, and who you listen to. If it does not push you closer to your purpose, it is pulling you away from it. Protect your mental diet as fiercely as you protect your calendar. When you protect your focus, you gain a massive edge over the average person. Most people are drowning in distractions. They have forgotten what it feels like to think deeply, to work with full concentration, to give their best energy to one important thing at a time. You can separate yourself from the crowd simply by mastering your ability to focus. Focus builds momentum. When you finish one task without interruption, you build confidence. That confidence carries over into the next task. You feel the strength of staying in control. You feel the power of finishing what you start. That momentum is priceless. It makes the next step easier. It makes the hard work feel lighter. Every day you have a choice. You can live at the mercy of every beep, buzz, and alert, or you can reclaim your time and focus it where it counts. You can drift through the hours, or you can carve out time for deep work that leaves a mark. The quality of your days shapes the quality of your life. Choose carefully. Protecting your focus is not about being perfect. It is about being intentional. It is about recognizing when you are slipping and pulling yourself back. It is about setting up systems and habits that make it easier to stay on track. It is about caring enough about your goals to protect the environment where they are built. Nothing meaningful gets built in a distracted mind. If you want results that matter, you must give your attention the respect it deserves. You must turn off what does not serve you. You must create space for your best work to happen. You must show up every day ready to defend your focus, like your future depends on it. Because it does. Every hour you spend in true focus is a brick in the foundation of your dreams. Every minute you fight off distraction strengthens the walls you are building around your vision. Do not take it lightly. Do not treat it casually. Protect it with everything you have. Your future self will thank you for the discipline you show today. There is no secret shortcut. There is only the daily decision to focus. The daily practice of turning off the noise. The daily choice to do what matters most, even when it is hard. Build that habit, and you will build a life that most people only wish for. Protect your focus, and you protect your future. Number 5. Invest real time every day into personal learning. Success is not built on wishful thinking or random luck. It is built on knowledge, skill, and the ability to grow faster than the problems you face. You cannot afford to stop learning if you want to stay ahead. Every day you must carve out time to sharpen your mind, because no one is going to do it for you. Personal learning is not a luxury, it is a necessity if you want to live a life that makes you proud. Most people stop learning after they finish school. They think they know enough to coast through life. They settle into routines, into habits, into comfort. But the world keeps moving, and the people who keep learning are the ones who rise while everyone else stays stuck. If you are not learning, you are falling behind, even if it does not feel like it yet. You are either growing or you are getting weaker. There is no standing still. Personal learning is about taking ownership of your future. It is about deciding that you will not leave your success to chance. It is about filling your mind with better ideas, stronger strategies, deeper understanding. It is about expanding your abilities so you are prepared for whatever challenges come your way. It is about building yourself into someone who can do more, achieve more, and live better. You do not need hours and hours every day. What you need is real time, focused time, intentional time. Even 30 minutes a day of serious learning can change the course of your life over the years. It is not about cramming information for the sake of it. It is about choosing what matters most to your goals and diving deep into it. It is about treating your learning time as sacred because it is the fuel for everything you want to achieve. You must be ruthless with distractions during your learning time. You must protect that space with the same seriousness you would protect an important meeting. Turn off the noise. Shut the door. Put your phone away. This time is for you and your future. Nothing else matters more in that moment. When you treat your learning time with respect, it pays you back with opportunities you would never have seen otherwise. One of the greatest investments you can make is to study the people who have already done what you want to do. Learn their strategies. Understand their mistakes. Absorb their lessons. Success leaves clues, but you have to slow down long enough to study them. You have to care enough to sit with a book, listen to a lecture, attend a seminar, and really focus on learning something that can move you forward. Personal learning is not passive, it is active. It means taking notes. It means asking yourself hard questions. It means applying what you learn instead of just collecting information. Knowledge that is not used is wasted. It is not enough to know what to do. You must act on it. Every time you learn something valuable, you must immediately ask yourself how you can use it to improve your actions. Learning also builds resilience. When you study new ideas, when you expose yourself to different ways of thinking, you become more flexible. You become stronger mentally. You can handle problems better because you have more tools in your mind. You are less afraid of the unknown because you have trained yourself to keep growing no matter what. You must also be selective with what you learn. Not all information is useful. Not all advice is wise. Choose learning that aligns with your values and your mission. Focus on building skills that are relevant to your goals. Do not waste time chasing every trend. Stay true to the path you are building and learn what will make you stronger on that path. Consistency matters more than intensity. You do not need to burn yourself out with 10-hour study marathons. What matters is showing up every day, even when you do not feel like it. It is about creating the habit of learning, the rhythm of daily growth. Over time, the compound effect of small daily learning sessions will be bigger than you can imagine. The mind is like a muscle. If you stop training it, it gets weak. If you challenge it daily, it gets sharper. Personal learning keeps you mentally alive. It keeps you alert. It keeps you hungry. It keeps you humble because you realize how much more there is to learn. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. Stay curious. Stay open. Stay willing to be a beginner again and again. Sometimes learning will feel uncomfortable. You will come across ideas that challenge what you believe. You will realize how much you do not know. That is not a reason to quit. That is a reason to keep going. Growth always comes with discomfort. Real learning stretches you beyond what you thought you were capable of. Welcome that stretch. It is shaping you into someone better. You also have to hold yourself accountable. No one will chase you to open a book. No one will force you to listen to a course. It is on you to make it a priority. It is on you to keep pushing, even when it is easier to waste time. Treat personal learning like a job that pays your future self, because that is exactly what it does. Make it a part of your daily routine, morning, afternoon, or night. Find a slot that you protect fiercely. Even 15 minutes of reading, even a short video, even a few pages of notes can ignite something powerful inside you. Never underestimate the power of a small daily habit done with serious intention. The truth is, the world rewards those who know more, do more, and grow faster. It does not reward those who make excuses. It does not reward those who think yesterday's knowledge is enough. It rewards those who wake up every day, hungry to learn, hungry to improve, hungry to get better. Personal learning is the real edge. It is the quiet work done in private that shows up in public results. It is the steady preparation that makes you ready when opportunity shows up. It is the silent building of skills that others will one day admire but never fully understand, because they did not see the hours you invested when no one was watching. If you are serious about living a life that matters, a life that is full of achievement and meaning, then you must be serious about learning. Every day. Not just when you feel like it. Not just when it is convenient. Every day without fail. The minutes you spend learning today could save you years of struggle tomorrow. The ideas you pick up now could unlock breakthroughs you have been searching for. Build your future with what you learn today. Build your strength with what you study today. Build your confidence with what you master today. Personal learning is not about impressing anyone else. It is about becoming the kind of person who cannot be stopped, because you are always growing, always evolving, always improving. That is the real secret to lasting success. Number 6. Push your body through daily, intense physical movement. The body is not just a vehicle to carry you through life. It is a direct reflection of how seriously you take your future. If you want to build a strong mind, you must also build a strong body. You cannot separate the two. A weak body leads to a sluggish mind. A tired body makes it harder to be sharp, to be focused, to chase your goals with the energy and passion they deserve. That is why daily intense physical movement is not optional if you are serious about living a powerful life. When you push your body, when you break a sweat, when you force your muscles to work harder than they want to, you are building more than physical strength. You are building resilience. You are teaching yourself to do what is hard, what is uncomfortable, what most people avoid. Every time you demand more from your body than it feels like giving, you are training your mind to refuse to settle. You are wiring yourself for discipline, for toughness, for victory. Success requires stamina. It is not a sprint. It is a long, demanding journey. If your body is weak, if you are easily exhausted, you will quit long before you ever reach the rewards. Physical movement builds the engine that powers you through the rough days, through the heavy loads, through the endless demands of chasing big dreams. It gives you the fuel you need to keep showing up when others fade away. You do not need fancy equipment or perfect conditions. You do not need hours at the gym. What you need is to get up every day and move your body with intensity and purpose. Run, lift, jump, stretch, push, pull, sweat. Make your heart pound. Make your muscles burn. Make yourself uncomfortable on purpose. When you do, you are telling yourself that you are not here to live an easy, small life. You are here to conquer. Movement clears the mind. It burns off the frustration, the stress, the mental clutter that builds up during the day. When you move your body intensely, you create space in your mind for better thinking. You process emotions faster. You sharpen your focus. You ground yourself in the present moment, instead of getting lost in overthinking and worry. Moving your body is one of the fastest ways to get back control over your mind. There will be days when you do not feel like it. Days when you are tired, stressed, overwhelmed. Those are the most important days to move, because every time you push through the resistance, every time you choose action over excuses, you are strengthening a critical muscle, the muscle of self-mastery. It is not about how you feel. It is about what you decide to do despite how you feel. Movement teaches you that your emotions are not the boss of you. Your commitment is. You do not need to be an athlete to take this seriously. You do not need to run marathons or lift huge weights. What matters is intensity relative to where you are now. If walking fast challenges you, then walk fast. If lifting light weights challenges you, then lift them with everything you have. The key is to demand effort, not comfort. To push a little further today than you did yesterday. Movement also connects you to your inner fire. It reminds you that you are alive, that you are capable, that you are strong. When you move hard, when you breathe hard, when your muscles scream for rest and you keep going, you touch a part of yourself that many people never reach. You awaken the warrior inside you, the fighter who refuses to give up, the spirit that will not settle for anything less than excellence. Physical movement is also a form of respect for yourself. It says, I care enough about my future to take care of this body. It says, I will not allow laziness or weakness to run my life. It says, I will honor the gift of life by using it fully, by pushing it to its limits, by seeing what I am truly capable of. That self-respect builds confidence. It builds pride. It builds a kind of quiet strength that you carry into every part of your life. Over time, daily movement transforms you. Your body gets stronger. Your posture changes. Your energy increases. Your endurance multiplies. But more importantly, your mind toughens. You start to see yourself differently. You stop seeing yourself as someone who gives up easily. You start seeing yourself as someone who finishes what they start, who pushes through pain, who does not run from hard things. This discipline spills into every other area. When you teach yourself to push through a hard workout, you teach yourself to push through a hard project. When you teach yourself to finish a brutal run, you teach yourself to finish tough conversations, hard days, long seasons of struggle. Physical movement becomes a daily rehearsal for life's battles. It becomes your practice ground for mental and emotional strength. Make it part of your identity, not something you do when you have extra time, not something you squeeze in if nothing else is going on. Movement must become part of who you are. A daily appointment with yourself that is non-negotiable. Something you do because it makes you stronger. Period. No debating, no negotiating, no convincing yourself. You move because it is who you are. Start where you are, but start. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not wait until you feel ready. Do not tell yourself you will begin next week, next month, next year. The best time to take your body seriously is now. Every day you delay, you are giving weakness more power over your life. Take it back. Own your body. Own your energy. Own your health. If you are tired of feeling sluggish, if you are tired of second-guessing yourself, if you are tired of falling short of your potential, then move your body with urgency every day. Build the habit of challenging yourself physically, so that when life challenges you mentally and emotionally, you are ready. You are not caught off guard. You are already trained to face discomfort and push through it. This is about preparing yourself for a better future. It is about stacking the odds in your favor. It is about becoming someone who does not just survive but thrives, no matter what life throws at them. Daily intense physical movement is a gift you give to your future self. It is a message you send to the world that you are serious about winning your own life. No one will push your body for you. No one will hand you discipline. No one will build your strength. It is on you. And that is the good news, because it means you are in control. You have the power to create a body and mind capable of great things. You have the power to transform yourself from the inside out, starting today, starting now. Push harder, move faster, dig deeper. Every drop of sweat, every extra rep, every uncomfortable second builds something inside you that will never be taken away. You are building the kind of strength that stays with you for life. You are building the kind of resilience that makes you unstoppable. Move with intensity. Move with purpose. Move with pride. Your future depends on it. Number 7. Carve out quiet time to think deeply about life. There is a kind of strength that doesn't come from moving fast or doing more. It comes from slowing down long enough to think about where you are, where you're going, and what you truly want your life to mean. It comes from giving yourself permission to step out of the noise and sit quietly with your own thoughts. Successful people understand the value of this quiet time. They know that reflection is not wasted time. It is the foundation of every meaningful action they will ever take. When you carve out quiet time for yourself, you give your mind the space it needs to organize, to heal, to plan, to create. Without this space, you are just reacting to life instead of shaping it. You get caught up in the rush, pulled by everybody else's demands, losing sight of your own values and your own dreams. Quiet time is how you pull yourself back. It is how you remember what truly matters. You cannot build a meaningful life by accident. You cannot achieve great things by blindly running from one task to the next. You need to stop often. You need to ask yourself real questions. Are you happy with how you are living? Are you becoming the person you want to be? Are you proud of the way you spend your time, your energy, your days? These questions demand honest answers, and honesty requires stillness. It requires the courage to listen closely to what is really going on inside you. Most people avoid quiet because they are afraid of what they might hear. They drown themselves in distractions, in noise, in endless busyness. But what they are really doing is running from themselves. They are afraid to face the gap between who they are and who they could be. They are afraid to confront the truth that maybe they are not living as bravely or as purposefully as they know they could. But facing that truth is the only way to change it. Growth begins the moment you dare to be honest with yourself. Successful people are not afraid of quiet because they understand it is their greatest tool for improvement. They seek it out. They sit with it. They use it to sharpen their thinking, to strengthen their vision, to make better decisions. Quiet time is where strategy is born. It's where mistakes are studied and lessons are extracted. It's where plans are created and priorities are set. Without it, you are guessing. With it, you are deliberate. You do not need hours of silence to change your life. Even 10 or 15 minutes of real quiet thinking can shift your entire direction. It is not about the amount of time. It is about the quality of attention you bring to it. Put away the phone. Step away from the noise. Sit with a notebook if you want. Ask yourself hard questions. Think about your future. Think about your values. Think about what is working in your life and what is not. Be honest. Be clear. Be brave. Sometimes the answers you find in the quiet will not be easy. You might realize you have been wasting time on things that do not really matter. You might realize you have been settling for less than you deserve. You might see that you have been making excuses instead of making changes. That is okay. The goal is not to beat yourself up. The goal is to wake yourself up, to stop drifting and start directing your life with clear, conscious intention. Quiet time is also where gratitude is strengthened. When you slow down and think about your life, you start to notice the good things you have been rushing past. You realize how much you have to be thankful for. You notice the people who love you, the opportunities you have been given, the simple joys you take for granted. Gratitude builds perspective. It reminds you that even while you work for more, you are already blessed in many ways. In the quiet, you can reconnect to your bigger purpose. You can ask yourself, what kind of legacy am I building? What kind of example am I setting? How do I want to be remembered? These are not questions you answer once and forget. These are questions you must come back to again and again. Life will constantly pull you off course if you are not careful. Quiet thinking time is how you keep steering yourself back toward the life you actually want. Do not wait for the world to give you permission to take this time. Do not tell yourself you are too busy. If you are too busy to think about your life, you are too busy to live it properly. Protect your quiet time the way you would protect a critical meeting. Guard it, schedule it, treat it as sacred, because it is. Successful people know that reflection fuels action. The better they understand themselves, the better choices they make. The clearer they are about their values, the easier it is to say no to distractions. The more honest they are about their weaknesses, the faster they can work to strengthen them. Quiet time gives you the information you need to live wisely and well. It also gives you emotional stability. When you spend time reflecting, you are less likely to be thrown off by temporary emotions. You are not reacting impulsively. You are responding thoughtfully. You are acting from your principles instead of from your moods. You are less vulnerable to fear, anger, and doubt because you have taken the time to think through your path. If you want a life that feels meaningful, if you want a life that feels strong, if you want to reach your potential, you must make quiet thinking a regular part of your day. Morning or evening, find the time. Maybe it's the first thing you do after waking up. Maybe it's the last thing you do before sleeping. Maybe it's a walk outside with no music, just your thoughts, however you find it. Fight to keep it. The world will keep trying to fill your mind with noise. New headlines, new problems, new distractions. But the deeper truths of your life will never come from outside. They will come from within, and you can only hear them when you get quiet enough to listen. Create a life you are proud of, not by accident, not by chance, but by choice. Build it intentionally. Build it thoughtfully. Build it with the strength that comes from knowing yourself clearly. That strength is only possible if you give yourself the gift of quiet, deep thinking every single day. Choose to live consciously. Choose to live awake. Choose to make the time to think, to question, to plan, to dream. Your future depends on what you do today, and it will be shaped even more by what you are willing to think about today. Do not leave that power unused. Seize it. Shape your life with the strength and clarity that only quiet reflection can give. Number 8. Say no fast to anything that wastes your energy. Every day, your energy is under attack. Every minute, something is trying to steal your focus, drain your strength, and waste your potential. If you do not learn to say no quickly, firmly, and without apology, you will find yourself exhausted by obligations you never should have accepted. You will find your days filled with activities that do not move you forward, conversations that do not nourish you, and distractions that add nothing meaningful to your life. The ability to say no fast is not about being rude. It is about being wise. It is about understanding that your time and your energy are your most valuable resources, and you cannot afford to waste them on anything that does not align with your highest goals. Every moment you spend on something meaningless is a moment stolen from something important. Every yes you give to something that does not matter is a no you are giving to something that does. If you want to build a strong, focused, meaningful life, you must be ruthless about where your energy goes. You must be willing to disappoint others in order to stay true to yourself. You must recognize that not everything deserves your attention, not everyone deserves your time, and not every opportunity is worth pursuing. The faster you can say no to the wrong things, the more space you create for the right things to thrive. The world will not make it easy for you. People will come to you with endless requests, invitations, distractions disguised as opportunities. They will expect you to accommodate them, to sacrifice your time for their convenience, to make their priorities your own. If you are not careful, you will find yourself living somebody else's life instead of your own. Saying no is how you protect your path. Saying no is how you stay loyal to the future you are trying to build. You do not owe anyone an explanation for guarding your energy. You do not have to justify your choices to people who do not understand your vision. Your life is yours to live. Your dreams are yours to protect. When you hesitate to say no, When you feel guilty for setting boundaries, remember this. Nobody else is responsible for your goals but you. Nobody else is going to live with the consequences of wasted time but you. You must care enough about your future to say no without hesitation. Every yes you give should be deliberate. It should be given only to things that serve your growth, your values, your purpose. Everything else must be met with a firm, quick no. Not a slow no, not a maybe, not a half-hearted delay. A fast, clear, unapologetic no. The longer you hesitate, the more room you give for guilt, obligation, and pressure to sneak in. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes. Quick decisions protect you. Quick no's guard your energy. Some people will not like it. Some people will be offended. Some people will misunderstand you. Let them. Their approval is not the price you pay for your own success. Their feelings are not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to live your life with clarity and strength. Your responsibility is to protect your dreams like they are sacred, because they are. You must get comfortable with silence after you say no. You must resist the urge to explain, defend, or over-justify. A simple, no thank you is enough. A simple, I'm not available for that is enough. You do not owe an essay to anyone. You owe yourself the discipline to stand firm. Energy wasted is opportunity wasted. Energy wasted is potential wasted. Every day you let yourself get pulled into meaningless activities is a day you lose momentum. Momentum matters more than motivation. Protecting your energy protects your momentum. It keeps you moving, building, growing stronger with every decision you make. Learn to recognize energy traps quickly. Gossip, meaningless arguments, pointless social events, tasks that are urgent for others but irrelevant to your mission. These are the black holes that devour your potential. If you do not spot them early and say no quickly, they will pull you in before you even realize it. Train yourself to see them coming. Train yourself to feel that pull and immediately push back with a firm refusal. Protecting your energy is not just about work. It is also about protecting your emotional and mental space. Toxic conversations, negativity, endless complaining. These things drain your spirit. You must say no to them too. You must refuse to participate. You must walk away mentally and physically from anything that robs you of peace and clarity. The stronger you get at saying no, the stronger your life becomes. The less clutter you allow into your day, the more energy you have for what really matters. The fewer distractions you entertain, the faster you move toward your goals. Saying no is not a small skill. It is a life-changing one. It is the difference between a scattered life and a focused one, between a life of regret and a life of pride. You are not here to please everybody. You are here to fulfill your purpose. You are not here to be available to every distraction. You are here to create something meaningful with your time. Every no you say to what drains you is a yes you say to what strengthens you. Every no you say to what does not matter is a yes you say to the life you are trying to build. Discipline in saying no is a skill you build through practice. Start small if you have to. Practice saying no to the little things. First, practice saying no to invitations you do not want to accept. Practice saying no to tasks you do not have time for. Practice saying no to conversations that go nowhere. With every no you practice, you get stronger, you get faster, you get freer. The truth is, you already know deep down what deserves your yes and what deserves your no. The challenge is having the courage to act on that knowledge. The challenge is trusting yourself enough to believe that protecting your energy is more important than avoiding temporary discomfort. Growth demands discomfort. Success demands boundaries. Focus demands that you prioritize yourself over other people's expectations. If you want to live a rare life, you must make rare decisions. You must do what most people are too afraid to do. Most people say yes to everything because they are afraid to miss out, afraid to upset others, afraid to stand alone. But those fears keep them stuck. You must be different. You must be braver. You must be willing to choose your future over your fear every single time. Say no fast. Say it firmly. Say it without guilt. Say it because you respect your life too much to waste it. Say it because you know that every drop of energy you save is another drop of energy you can invest into building the life you deserve. The power to protect your future is in your hands, and it begins with the simple, strong, courageous act of saying no when you need to. Number 9, end your day by reviewing your daily progress honestly. At the end of each day, there is a moment that defines whether you are truly growing or just going through the motions. It is the quiet, often overlooked habit of sitting down and reviewing your daily progress with brutal honesty. Most people avoid this step because it demands self-confrontation. It demands that you look at what you actually did, not what you intended to do, not what you hoped would happen, but the truth of your actions, choices, and discipline. If you skip this moment, you risk drifting through your life unaware of the gaps that are holding you back. You cannot fix what you are unwilling to face. You cannot grow if you are lying to yourself. Reviewing your day honestly is not about being harsh for the sake of it. It is about being accurate. It is about holding yourself to the standards you say you want to live by. Every day you review your progress with open eyes. You gain an edge. You learn what worked, what didn't, where you were strong, and where you slipped. You start to notice patterns in your behavior, both good and bad. Over time, this practice compounds into greater awareness, better decisions, and stronger results. It is easy to pretend during the day that you are being productive. It is easy to confuse busyness with progress. But when you sit down in the evening and ask yourself, did I do what I said I would do? You are forced to separate activity from achievement. You are forced to measure yourself against your own word. That is where real self-respect is built. Not in hiding from your failures, but in facing them, learning from them, and adjusting your actions. Make it a non-negotiable habit to end every day with a review. Do it whether you feel like it or not. Do it whether the day went well or went badly, especially on the bad days, especially when you feel like avoiding it. Because those are the days when the review matters most. Those are the days when your future is being shaped. When you sit down and look at yourself honestly, even when it is uncomfortable, you prove to yourself that you are serious about your life. Ask yourself clear, simple questions. Did I honor my commitments today? Did I attack my biggest tasks with focus and energy? Did I waste time on distractions? Did I let emotions pull me off course? Did I invest real time into my personal growth? Did I guard my energy and attention with discipline? Did I move my body with intensity? Did I think deeply and strengthen my mind? When you answer these questions truthfully, you uncover where you are living in alignment and where you are falling short. The goal is not to beat yourself up. The goal is to gather information, to learn, to improve. You must become a master of observing yourself without excuses, without rationalization, without blame. Growth demands that you stop hiding from the parts of yourself that need work. It demands that you shine a light into every corner, even the ones you wish you could ignore. When you review your day consistently, you start to notice small wins that would otherwise go unnoticed. You see progress in areas you might have overlooked. You build confidence not from empty positivity, but from concrete evidence of your own efforts. Confidence built this way is unshakable because it is based on reality. You know you are improving because you have seen it with your own eyes. You will also spot recurring weaknesses. Maybe you keep procrastinating on a particular task. Maybe you keep letting a certain distraction steal your focus. Maybe you keep losing discipline at a certain time of day. These patterns will keep sabotaging you until you see them clearly and make a conscious decision to change them. Awareness is the first step toward transformation. The more accurately you can diagnose your weaknesses, the faster you can eliminate them. Daily review also keeps your goals alive in your mind. It prevents you from drifting into autopilot. When you review your day, you reconnect with why you are doing all of this work in the first place. You remember that every action matters. Every choice either moves you closer to the life you want or pulls you further away. Nothing is neutral. Everything counts. When you end your day with this level of awareness, you wake up the next morning sharper, hungrier, and more intentional. You must be willing to look at your failures without flinching. If you promised yourself you would do something and you didn't do it, admit it. Own it fully. Do not make excuses. Do not sugarcoat it. The pain of that admission is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is the fuel that will drive you to do better tomorrow. Weak people run from this pain. Strong people embrace it and use it to forge better habits. At the same time, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. If you kept a promise to yourself, recognize it. If you overcame resistance and did the hard thing, honor it. Progress is built one decision at a time, and acknowledging your victories reinforces the behavior you want to repeat. It strengthens your belief in yourself. It builds positive momentum. The discipline to review your day requires humility. It requires the maturity to accept that you are a work in progress. It requires the strength to see yourself clearly without collapsing into self-pity or arrogance. It is a daily practice of honest self-respect. Over time, it transforms you from the inside out. It sharpens your focus. It strengthens your discipline. It builds your resilience. Your dreams deserve this level of care. Your future deserves this level of seriousness. Every night you take the time to review your progress, you are sending a clear message to yourself that you are committed, that you are all in, that you will not settle for living unconsciously. You are proving that you value your time, your energy, and your potential enough to measure it, to protect it, and to improve it. This small act, repeated daily, separates those who merely wish from those who achieve. It is not complicated. It is not glamorous, but it is powerful beyond measure. If you want to build a life of excellence, start by mastering your nights. End each day by looking yourself in the eye and asking, did I move forward today? And if the answer is no, let that sting motivate you. Let it drive you to do better tomorrow. Success is not built in the big moments. It is built in the quiet, private moments when nobody is watching and you choose to hold yourself to a higher standard. Number 10. Wake up earlier than most people and claim your advantage. There is something magical about the early hours of the morning, a time when the world is still and most people are lost in their sleep. It's in these hours that your potential can truly be unlocked. The world is asleep, but you are awake, claiming your advantage. Waking up earlier than most people is not about simply getting a head start on the day. It is about positioning yourself to maximize your mental and physical energy, to strengthen your discipline, and to give yourself the time and space to do what others won't. This is your time to focus on what matters most, to build the foundation for the day that others will follow, to be in control of the rhythm of your life, instead of reacting to it. The early morning is quiet and undisturbed. It is the perfect environment to center yourself and focus on what truly matters. It is the time when distractions are minimal, and the mind is fresh, uncluttered by the noise of the world. When you wake up earlier than most, you put yourself in a position to accomplish more before others even begin their day. This isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about using time that others waste as your most valuable resource. It's about controlling your first thoughts, setting your own agenda, and making sure that the day starts on your terms. The first few moments of your day can set the tone for everything that follows. If you start your day in a rush, scrambling to meet the demands of the world, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos and lose control of your time. But when you wake up earlier, you start with intention. You give yourself the gift of space to think, to breathe, and to focus on what matters most. This time is for you to center yourself before you give to others, to the world, to the responsibilities of the day. When you wake up early, you eliminate the excuses that tend to build up during the day. You know that if you don't start early, you'll never get to the things that truly move you forward. It's easy to convince yourself that you'll work out later, that you'll meditate later, that you'll read later. But later is a myth. Later often turns into never. By waking up earlier, you eliminate that gap. You remove the chance for procrastination to take hold. You carve out time in the morning, before life gets in the way, to prioritize your goals, your growth, and your well-being. The power of waking up early extends beyond the practical advantages it offers. It's a discipline that reinforces your commitment to success. The act of rising early, when it's still dark and the world is quiet, is a silent declaration that you are willing to do what others won't. It's a commitment to your own progress. It shows that you're willing to go the extra mile, to sacrifice comfort for growth. This small act of discipline shapes your mindset for the rest of the day. It primes you to think differently, to approach challenges with a level of calm and focus that others may not have. It sets you apart. It's important to understand that waking up earlier is not just about getting more done. It's about the quality of what you do. It's not about rushing through tasks just to tick them off a list. It's about using the time to engage in deep work, to focus on the things that matter most, and to do so without distractions. In the early hours, you have the space to reflect, to plan, and to think strategically. You can use that time to set your intentions for the day, to review your goals, or to engage in practices like journaling or meditation that center your mind and spirit. As you get into the habit of waking up earlier, you begin to notice the shift. You start to feel more in control of your day, more intentional in your actions. Your productivity improves, not because you're working harder, but because you're working with greater clarity and purpose. You're no longer reacting to the world around you. Instead, you're proactively shaping your day, leading it with confidence. One of the biggest benefits of waking up earlier is the mental clarity it brings. In the early morning, your mind is still fresh from rest. There are no accumulated thoughts or distractions clouding your focus. You can think clearly, make decisions quickly, and engage in work that requires deep concentration. This clarity is invaluable in a world where distractions are constantly pulling you in different directions. When you wake up early, you take control of the most precious resource you have, your mind. But waking up earlier also means taking control of your physical health. It's easy to justify sleeping in, to claim that you're too tired to work out or to engage in physical activity. But when you make the commitment to rise early, you give yourself the time to engage in physical exercise before the demands of the day take over. Physical movement early in the morning not only boosts your energy levels, but also improves your focus, your mood, and your overall sense of well-being. The physical benefits of waking up earlier are undeniable, and they ripple through every area of your life. It's crucial to recognize that waking up early is not a one-time decision. It's a habit, a practice that you must build over time. It's not always easy, and there will be days when you'll feel the pull of the bed, when you'll want to stay under the covers just a little longer. But the key is to push through those moments, to remind yourself of why you started this practice in the first place. Every day that you wake up early is a victory. Every day that you claim that quiet, undisturbed time is a step closer to your goals. Over time, waking up earlier becomes more than just a habit. It becomes a part of who you are. It becomes ingrained in your identity as someone who is committed to growth, to discipline, and to success. It becomes a cornerstone of your mindset, a constant reminder that you are in control of your life, that you are the one who shapes your future. In a world where time is one of the most precious commodities, waking up earlier gives you a massive advantage. You take control of your day before anyone else can. You invest in yourself when others are still asleep. You claim your edge, and you use it to create the life you want. By waking up earlier than most people, you are not just getting a head start on your tasks. You are claiming your time, your energy, and your potential. You are setting yourself up for success, day after day, one early morning at a time.